Hey, bowerbirds, let's talk for a second about point of view and perspective. Both of these terms are in art and lit. They're kind of the same, though they differ a bit. Let's start with art, with a quick walk through to see where things are placed and how that changes with view. If you were as tiny as a snail, can you imagine how things would change scale? A flower petal as big as your head, a whole world inside of a garden bed. Now a giraffe, superbly tall, would think those flowers are oh so small. Things look different. There's no wrong or right. Perspective just changes with view and with height. Let's see the two in a scene. The giraffe is small. How can that be? The snail's in the foreground. Its head is much bigger. The giraffe's in the background, way back in the picture. So I want you to consider point of view and perspective when you're making your own drawings featuring characters and settings. For instance, right here, we have a landscape drawing of a setting featuring, a monkey, some flowers, a snail's head, and a giraffe. Now the snail, you can't see all the snail, but you can see its eyes coming out, and its head already looks way larger than the giraffe's head. In real life, if you were to put them together, giraffe's head would be so huge compared to a snail's head. But the snail, the flowers, and the monkey, they're right up close in the picture. And the giraffe is a little bit farther. It's in the background. They're in the foreground. The giraffe is in the background. So it's just like here with my hands. My hands look really big because they're up close in the foreground, closer to the viewer. But here, my hands move farther away from the viewer, so they look smaller. And that has to deal with perspective. Point of view. Let's just scroll back on this Crankie. And the point of view of a snail. So things change scale. That means, for instance, the flowers look larger around the snail because the snail as a character is small. And it's having this sort of point of view from how would the world look like at a snail's height. And here, the flowers, the scale changes based on how the giraffe is seeing things. The flowers look small because the giraffe is way taller than a snail. So I hope this helps you when you're thinking about drawing characters and settings and scene, thinking about how would things look based on where a character is, who a character is, and how would things look like for the setting based on which character is closer to the viewer and which character might be farther away from the viewer. Enjoy making art.